At Community Baptist Church, one of our 6 spiritual habits is faithful stewardship, which means giving our time and resources to honor God and expand His kingdom. This is not just a habit that we want to see developed in every person who calls CBC home, but we also want to model it as a church, which means that every year as a church, we put together a budget to cover costs for facilities, personnel, special events, and week-to-week ministry. This budget helps define what we do as a church and how we want to help people encounter Jesus. Building a budget for a church is both an exercise in responsibility and faith. We want to be responsible with the resources God has given us. People give to CBC from their hard-earned dollars, and we want to be faithful stewards of those gifts. So every year, we look at giving trends and costs of ministry and try to settle on a responsible budget. Along with being responsible, though, we want to have faith that God can do more than what the numbers may say. Because as the Psalm says, God owns the cattle of 1,000 hills, and He cannot be constrained by a budget. In looking at 2017's final numbers, there was a gap of 7% between our expected giving and our actual giving. As a church, we were able to tighten our belts and cut spending in certain areas, but that gap still meant some ministry got left undone. That gap also means that as a church, we can't be as proactive in growing our savings and preparing for the future. However, we know that the numbers don't tell the whole story, and that this is just another opportunity for God to do something amazing through His people. What if I told you that we could eliminate the gap in our budget, see more ministry accomplished, and set CBC up to continue ministering to families for generations for only $4 more? If everyone who walks through CBC's doors on a weekend gave $4 more per week, we would eliminate that 7% gap in our budget. Eliminating that gap would allow us to dream bigger in how we want to help people be transformed for generations. Eliminating that gap would allow for more ministry to take place, helping more people encounter Jesus in a powerful way. Eliminating that gap would allow CBC to be more faithful in its stewardship of all the resources with which God has blessed us. For only $4 more, you could be a part of that. Perhaps you're already giving to the church. Would you be willing to give $4 more per week to make an even bigger impact? Maybe you're not giving yet, but starting with $4 per week would be a great way to begin making an impact for God's kingdom in our community. What will you give up?
I'm giving up Starbucks once a week to give $4 more.
I will be giving up online shopping once a month in order to give $4 more.
I do not want to give up Taco Bell every week, so instead, I'm just going to go ahead and give $4 more a week.
So since I work with children here at church, I drink a lot of coffee, and I love to treat myself to a specialty coffee at Starbucks, but I'm going to give that up so that I can give $4 more.
And I'm going to stop buying stuff I don't need on Amazon to give $4 more. For the price of a cup of coffee or a trip to the dollar section at Target, you could help CBC be more faithful in its calling to see families transformed for generations. Would you please consider how you might give $4 more? If you have any questions, please speak to any of us on the pastoral staff or visit the $4 more table in the courtyard. Or go to the website findcommunity.com/$4 more.